Sorry, guys, I had to redo the stream. Hi, Mr. Prism. Yeah, I had to redo it. It wouldn't connect. Ridiculous. Yeah, keep your fingers crossed, guys. What a hot mess. Unbelievable. So hopefully everybody will find me and everybody's popping in. Yay! I just ridiculous. Everybody's having issues. And we've had great internet all day. Figures. Doing the show and it gets all screwed up. Rob Thomas, welcome. Yeah, here. Well, I figured I'd make it interesting and make everybody chase me around. Why be normal? Just sorry, I missed you at my door, Laura. I was typing. Yeah, sorry. I drove by. Nobody was home, so I come back. Sorry. Just everybody's been screwed up. Carla yesterday, total shit show. Poor thing. Didn't work. Sarah had issues this morning. Everything went squirrely, but I'm glad everybody's popped back in to find us here. We're here. The lights are still on, so we paid the bill. Matt Damon, I'll tell you, it only happens wherever I go. Liz, no, everybody's been having problems. Everybody. It's Verizon, apparently. Jeez. I know that they were still having issues, so why should I be left out, right? Shit. I'm nobody special. I gotta get tagged too. Oh God, I just made a mess. So hopefully that'll be the only time that it craps out on us. In that case, probably should hurry up and get it all on there before it decides to go buggers again on us. So I'm glad we are back here and they found me. You found me. So there it is, guys, all in its beauty. Loving it. Again, Rob, it's something we'd have to discuss. I don't know. It's totally up to you. Maybe you might want the castle. That's going to be bigger. That would be causing Sarah's issues. Yeah, she, nothing for thing. Or Mike wasn't working. Nothing. And that's usually my issue, camera or mic. And today just decided, well, she's had enough. Shut her up. Shut it off. So we're going to shut this off. And then I'm going to show you, turn the lights back on, what I've been playing around with. And hopefully it'll stay where I can. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to turn on the channel on my phone. So this way I can see the chat directly instead of keep turning my head. Hopefully this way I can see what everybody's saying as I'm showing you where I've gotten so far on the next project. So let's slide this little beauty out of the way. Put it over in a safe place. So there we are. Ta-da! Clear bench. Ready to roll. Let's drop this light so it doesn't blind the living crap out of me. And I've got a little box of stuff over here. And this is the stuff that I have been playing with. And we're going to pull a piece out at a time. And I'll tell you what I started with. And we'll go from there. I need a bigger table. Okay. So this is how the castle starts off. With this tiny little violin and easel there, their music easel there. Get that set up. Get it to stay up. This furniture was really fun to throw together. But like I said, I've been trying to do it to get a jump on it so that you guys can see what I've been doing. And there you'll see it's actually a 3D piece of the violin. You'll see that. Of course, in the background, you see the other stuff. I'll show you that as well. But there's the little violin. Whatever you do, don't sneeze. You're right, because that's just how many times I've done that. Coughed or sneezed, and I blew the stuff towards the back of the table. What a hot mess that was. But look how cute. That is just too cute. I'll give you a close-up view of it. Little tiny, tiny pieces. It has little sheet music on it as well. I got to figure out how to get better settings so it's not blurry so you guys get a better look. Most of this stuff, yes, was put together with tweezers. And then you've got your little violin. 3D effect. It's on a stand. This has no stickers like the last box. Thank God, because I really didn't want to deal with the stickers. This one does have a gold sheet that does have some sticker to it. That's where you get the strings from the violin. That's a gold strip. That's the piece right there. Oops, sorry about the glare from that light. But that's the only thing that's sticker. And it's done on a couple of pieces, and I've had to reinforce it with glue like I did the last one. But otherwise, that's all regular paper print out so that we don't have to stress on stuff staying together. That was the only other thing I didn't like about the other project. All right, we're going to set that off to the side, and then I'll show you the next one, which, like I said, the furniture in this is really fun. We've got ourselves a little padded chair and table. Let me get the table. And there you've got your little padded chair that we put together. Of course, that's a paper padded design, but it's like a Victorian style little tiny chair. And then our table, which is set for tea. And look at this. It's like a little tiny cup. It's just the greatest thing with a little saucer, little gold fork, and then our little cake on a gold plate. So you can sit down, enjoy whatever you want with your little snack and tea and your little comfy chair. Hey, Ace, how's it going? Thanks for joining in. The violin, yeah, it's just small pieces. It was a lot of tweezer work. So we're going to set that over there out of the way. And then the next one was, wait till you see this one, guys. This is the dining room table. There's the dining room table. Comes with 2 chairs. Beautiful high back chairs. And our little dining room table. Our little table has, of course, a plate with little berries and fruits. We have our gold plates and forks. God, I wish this would come out better. Beautiful cake for dessert. We have a clear pitcher, wine glass. We have a rosebud and a vase. And then on this side here, you see we have a couple of booze bottles there. A little nip of the spirits there. All in wood, beautiful tablecloth. That's going to go in our castle. Really cute. We're going to set that off and then show you the next, which is a sideboard cupboard. And there's that. All the little plates. We have little cakes in gold plates. A couple of bottles of the spirits there. A couple of boxes in the back. Very, very cute. Gold handles on the doors. A very cute piece. I think Laura needs a padded room with the padded. Yeah, you're not kidding. Around here, it's been rough. But this is my relaxation away from the world and the craziness. But this is going to look so cute inside that castle. Definitely worth the trouble. I know when I talk to people separately, they go, "What are you, nuts?" I go, "No, well, maybe you have to be a little nuts. I don't know." And then we've got our fireplace. Very cute. It's got the candelabra, gold framed portrait. I don't know. It's an urn, or maybe Grandpa Joe. Who the hell knows? Hey, there's Steph. Oh no, Steph. Look, Steph. Steph thinks I'm nuts. Insane. Also, I'll show you the first wired piece that I did. I had to put together. And this was nice because they want you to paint a lot of these pieces. So I painted that in gold, the frame. And then you have to put on the little beads that represent the globes of the chandelier. This is actually going to light up. There's the light that I installed. And that will be installed in some section of the castle itself. Next, another little table that I did. Isn't this adorable? Look, it's got a doily on the tablecloth. You've got your teapot, two little mugs there, all in gold. I tried to be back at halftime. Yeah. Excuse me. Wiring the house first. Yeah, I'm going to go through the instructions beforehand just to make sure how the wiring is set up for this place so I don't go through the same problem. Because they give you these little tiny spaces and you're supposed to shove a whole wad through a wire through them. If it is plausible, then you can get away with it. But the last one, everything was enclosed. So I have no idea how they expected me to fit tweezers through a little window to feed a line of wires into a corner that the tweezers didn't reach. So yeah, insanity, total insanity. Then we have the bookshelf here that we've done. And there's that bookshelf. This is all separate. I had to put every piece in individually. Got yourself a little, look at that old-time TV hooking up there. Old-style camera. You've got beautiful dishes on display and all those books. And then that fancy detailed front on the facial of this bookshelf. A lot of the areas they wanted you to paint with the gold paint, but I see then it covers up that detail. It's a floral detail, and I liked that, so I chose not to paint it. And also, I'll show you another spot where I chose not to paint it because you would be covering up like the architecture work on that deep detailed piece, and I didn't want to have to do that. And of course, it has a full back on it, which, makes, you're not going to see that because it's going to be up against the wall. But, a lot of the detail is very nice. I love the way they have that set up. And then, of course, another light that will be installed. It's very easy to do the lighting. I mean, you just assemble the pieces together, put that wiring through, and then you're going to hook the wiring up. And I also like these kits better because of these are pre-scored. Anybody that knows about wiring, you usually have to strip off the casing to expose the wires so that you could twist it together and solder and hook it up together. A lot of them didn't have the pre-scoring, and you end up cutting the wire because it's so fine. These are pre-scored. You just pull that casing off, and you're ready to rock and roll. That was a bonus on this case here. Love it. Our next one here is this cute little table. It has this magazine, ready to sit down and read, have a good time. We've got a chair that goes with it. Look at that. Total detail on that chair. Looks comfy. I'd curl up that. Read the magazine and have a little cup of wine with it. It has a little lamp and your little champagne glass and cloth. I had to put, it's 2 pieces of wood. I had to glue those together, cover them in this cloth piece, which had to be custom fitted. And then it is trimmed out in these gold beads. There's the bottom. You can see how that's done. Trimmed. Wooden legs. Very cute. Let me get caught up on chat here. I've never seen anyone wear a ring like that. A ring like what? Which ring? My Tree of Life ring? Or my wedding set? Is that what you're... Which one, Jimmy? Which one? Oh, see, I'm last on the list. Oh, hi, Laura. Yeah, whatever, Steph. I see how you are. Then we've got our nightstand and our bed. Those things aren't as big as half of your finger. Yeah. Here's the bed. I had to make up the whole bed, guys. And I did paint that trim on the bed and that gold like they wanted you to. But I'm not going to do it on some of the stuff because I don't want to cover up the detail of the design that's on the wood. But yeah, you had to put the bed together, 2 slats of wood glued together, then your footboard, your headboard. You have to make the pillows. Same thing with the bedspread or duvet, whatever you guys want to call it. And then I had to trim it with that band of gold over that edge. This all had to be glued into place because it wasn't going to stick to that material. That was the only issue. And then you've got the little nightstand here. Beautiful gold frame. Has a wine glass and, of course, that ever faithful bottle of booze. Sometimes you can use a few shots before you go to sleep. But there's that all in its beautiful glory. Let's see. Toes absorb, Pinky. Caroline, Steph, I can't watch you playing with toothpicks. I see everything snapping. Holy hell. Oh, we're going to tie you to a chair, Steph, and make you watch. No, the heart ring that's half on your finger. Oh. This actually, yeah, it's a gold heart, little diamonds on it. This actually is my mother's. I wear this for my mom. That's her ring. I wear it for her. It was damaged and I had to repair it. So and after I did that, I put it on. Here we go. How about this one, Steph? Beautiful little tub, lined in gold. I wish my clawfoot tub was that deep. It's not. But sometimes you really enjoy a bath, and it's just, yeah. That's what you've got there. Cute little thing. Again, another sign that I had to assemble, and they wanted you to paint. I didn't want to cover this up, so I did paint the outer edge of it in the gold, so it blended in. But I left that other trim the way it is. And of course, it's done in sections because you can see where that wiring is going. So that's all wired up and ready to rock and roll. So we'll be able to connect that. Not a problem there. And then we've got this other little tiny table that we put together. And it has a bird cage on it with a lovely pearl in it. A lot of fun stuff. I know everybody thinks, oh, you're crazy. But no, it really is fun. Great, another little table. And the way that they have this done, it's like a Chinese lantern. There's a paper design on the inside that I had to put in there. And eventually, I'm pretty sure, I haven't gotten that far, there'll be a light that'll probably go in this to make this illuminate. So it has a treasure chest on the top. And again, it has that gold band that I had to attach with glue as well because those things don't stick. So just, you do this, save yourself the time, just glue it and stop, because this stuff doesn't work. And then, of course, we have this piece. It has all of the zodiac signs. So it's kind of like a sundial with the zodiac. Beautiful crystal in the center on that gorgeous mosaic style platform. Really neat. Let's see, triggered my anxiety with all that teeny weeny furnishings. Oh no, those pieces are too small for me. And you guys are all just taking off. Come on, you gotta give it a try. Laura, you got to have sturdy hands and talent to do minis. You know what? That's probably why my hand blew up the other day. I've been overdoing it. You can't tell, or maybe you can. See, it's all puffy and all messed up. Hurts like a what, but it is what it is, right? And then we did some framed mirrors. How about this stuff? Little tiny mirror. You have to put all this together. They give you the frame. You got to get the mirror piece, put it on there. But that's one of the mirrors. Look, I can see you. Mirror, mirror on the wall. Who's the craziest one of all? So there's that little mirror. And then we've got this one, which I'll hold with the tweezers so that you can see. That's that mirror. Mirror, mirror, here we go. So those are those two. And then there's just a couple of signs and stuff like that, which, you guys, signs aren't a really big deal. There's just little tiny signs that we have to attach. Moving on to what I started with next was the staircases, which I'm going to pay really close attention to about banisters. But there's the first staircase. I had to assemble each side piece, put the steps in, and then the carpeting goes on last. This is what it looks like on the back side and underside. Really fun. And that's part of a 2-piece plan going on, which will attach up at I think this is going to be up at the top section. But then we have these 2 pieces, and this is where we're going to start gluing and stuff so I can show you guys as we are here online. But I do have another staircase I'm going to show that Steph's going to flip out when she sees this. But here's one part of the steps. This is a lower section. This is going to go up against the wall, the main wall. And of course, you got a door there. But here's the lower section that we had to assemble. Put the carpeting on, and those 2 pieces are going to go together like that to give you your full staircase. And we are going to be gluing portraits on this piece tonight, just to show you how that works. And then we have this little bookcase that I put together. And all of these pieces you can personalize. That's the beauty of doing these things. Hey, Tim, how's it going? So that's the fun part. I mean, if you wanted to trim this all out in gold paint or even paint it all in detail, you can. It depends on how much you want to personalize it or how much detail, you want to add. A lot of people just put it together and then that's it. There are times where I'll see a piece and go, I want to add extra to it because I want to just make it a little more personal. And then this was the first section dome piece that I put together. Let's put that to the side because we're going to work on that. And you can see here a little gazebo area. And there's a little piano in there, guys. Can you see the little piano? Let's see if this light will help. There you go. There's the little piano. Had to be put all together. That shiny, let's see the shininess on that all had to be put on as well. All assembled on this platform. Has a gold design on the top of the piano. And then, of course, the little stool and the sheet music all into place. Again, the gold strips on the top of the dome here, those also had to be glued in place because they just don't stay just with the adhesive that they give you. And that is the full solid piece and the first solid piece that I put together. Okay, any questions, guys? I'm checking out the chat. Yeah, Jimmy, you could just pull right up and hang out at that piano. And I'd love to have one of those pianos. I don't have any room for it, though. But they are adorable. All right, here's the staircase that I've been working on. And I was talking to Steph when I was doing it. A spiral staircase that all had to be put together one piece at a time. And I'm going to be honest, the bitch of it was these little railing pieces. One piece at a time. So you had to glue it, wait, then move on to the next one, wait. So that's what we're working with. And the only bitch I have about this is that the dowel that they gave me to assemble the spiral steps, they didn't say to cut it. It's longer than it needs to be. So I'm going to have to cut that off, that little piece right there, which is going to be really interesting without breaking it and having to reglue it. But there you go, Steph. That one's for Steph. Figured, I was showing her photographs while I was doing it. She's like, "Oh no, how many times did you cuss doing those stairs?" Honestly, about 3 times, because it was the banister part there that, yeah, they weren't fitting together right, and I got it to work. It's just patience, waiting for each individual piece to glue or to hold up, dry, and then add the next one. So this took a couple of days. For that to come together. So, question, Larry, do you take tranquilizers? Smoke some weed before you start? No. This is just the meticulous work. Only the most patient of people can work and complete this stuff. I would throw that shit across the room. Jimmy, that's what my husband says too. He goes, "What are you, nuts? I would have smashed it, threw it out the window." You do have to have patience. It just doesn't work if you don't. Okay, and there's another section here. This is the last section that I worked on. Another part of the building. Beautiful textural design on the molding around the door and the windows. And see, they wanted me to paint this all gold. Well, if I did that, it would cover up. Look at the detail. If you can see all that detail in there. I didn't want to cover that up. I want that to show. So I'm leaving it as is. I might get out one of my liner brushes and then paint. Of course, I could have did it before I put it together, but I can always still do it with just a liner brush and paint that edge in gold. So it will highlight it. I was going to get the brush out before the show started. I forgot, because I would have showed you online on how I would do that. But I forgot to get the brush. That's in the shop, and I don't want to go running out there and wasting everybody's time. So here we are at the next point. And what I'm going to do is move our little magic box and get that out of the way with all of our furniture in it. Oh, and I also started on some of the plants too. We did a potted tree. So there's that little potted tree and a couple of potted bushes right there. Really cute. Really easy. Those are just regular beads. You trim the bottom of the artificial plant life, glue, insert, let dry. Pretty simple. So that's where we are at that point. Let's see. Lego frustrates me enough. You need an airbrush setup. You can make all kinds of cool details with an airbrush. Yes, I know, Jimmy, and I don't have one. Needless to say, I have every crafting thing you can think of, and I don't have an airbrush tool. And I've always wanted to get one, and I just never did it. Because there is so many things you can accomplish with just, the spraying. And I don't mind doing it by hand, because I still am capable of being that sturdy, or that steady, to glue. Oh my God, to paint stuff. Because I do a lot of painting. You guys don't see that, but I do that on a lot of my downtime whenever I do have extra downtime. Because I find painting and all that little detail very relaxing. Here are a couple of portraits that I made up, and we're going to glue those onto our wall, in the wall section. Let's see, I have a nice Lego Harley that I wanted to do. Open the box, looked at the directions, and put it back in the closet. Oh, come on, Tim. Tim, I can do regular models, but even that's really works on my nerves. I love doing models, Jimmy. I've been actually thinking about looking at models online, but the thing is, I don't like the glue. And you guys have told me that the ones that are still doing the models, the glue has not changed. And I don't want to gas myself with that, talking about getting high. Oh my God, terrible brain dead issues with model glue. It's, today, as far as we have come in doing things, you think they would change up that modeling glue because it's just wicked stuff. Wicked, wicked. Okay, so I'm going to put a fine layer of glue on the back of that portrait, and then we're going to drop it into place where it is indicated. Do regular amount. Let's see. I have whole Lego farm doing the same thing. Oh, I love it. Oh, we need to see pictures of that, Pinky. Are you going to do it or no? When I retire in April, I will pull it out again and try it. Oh, you've got to. Okay, you're just going to set this gently where they want you to. It's marked, which is wonderful. And then I just push it into place. Make sure that it is level. I mean, I don't go to the extent that I bring out the level. I could, but I don't. I just eyeball it. Excuse me. And I know that it's level. The cheap alternative to airbrushes, check out Copic. Is that how you pronounce that? Marker airbrush. Oh, I have to write that down. Yeah, I've been wanting airbrush for years because there's a lot of things I'd like to do with airbrushing. But, oop, I hit the wire for the camera. Don't glitch on me. Let me write that down so I don't forget. Copic marker. Because I do love how airbrushing comes out. I have a Batman 89 Batmobile model I have plans for. I wanted to make a whole decor with it. It gives real light and stuff. I haven't started on it yet. Oh, I'd love to see that, Jimmy, though. I was hooked on models when I was younger, doing old cars and stuff like that. And I also, hey, I mentioned before how I put the Star Trek Enterprise together for my dad. I don't know where he's got it, but he had it for the longest time hanging up in his office. And that was so fun to put together. And again, back then you had like the decals and all that. And that's when I would use the bitch, when the decals would rip. It's been in there for years. It's been oh, come on, Pinky, get it out. Excuse me. You got to get it that out. We've got to see that. Is someone turning the lights off outside? Someone is turning the lights off outside. At your house, Sage? Ghost sounds nerdy. Oh, we're all nerds at heart. You know that. It's not nerdy, Jimmy. You need to put that's cool. I'd love to see that be put together. And then the best part is the end, like tonight when you got to see it all together and see what it looks like when you turn it on. Jeannie says, "What talents does everyone have?" Yeah, everybody put in there what talents that you have. What are your hobbies? What do you guys like to do in your downtime? See, I have so many, so many. I love to cook. I love to bake. I love to paint. Uh, I also enjoy singing. And of course, I do the miniatures. I like to restore old pieces, like furniture, restoring furniture. I used to do that for years. But I also like to restore old uh, ceramic products. Like you've got like grandma made this, statue back in the day. And I've done a lot of those where I've stripped them back down and refinished them and, bring them back to life. I like to do that as well. I like to make fart noises. Oh, come on, Jimmy. Jimmy's got a lot of talent. He's just being cheeky. There you go. Sage is doing some awesome stuff. I used to paint ceramics and love to draw. Yeah, I love ceramics. Unfortunately, all the ceramics places closed around here. I've got some that are just freaking awesome. Do I have any in here I could show you? Oh, nah, you don't want to see that one. One of my favorites that I did in ceramics was a beer stein. It's huge, and it has all Native American stuff in it. Really nice. That's actually in the other room. Sing, dance, draw, swim in the lake, go hiking in the woods. Yeah, everybody loves that. Well, I can't say everybody, but we all like that stuff. But yeah, everybody. What else? What else does everybody like to do? That's why it kills me when people go, "Well, I don't have any talent. I don't know how to do that." No, everybody's got a talent. They just haven't found it yet. It's anything that you have a passion for, you know. I feels like I'm knocking on. Feels like I'm knocking on. Oh, my bed. My bad. Wait. Knocking on what? I Steph. Steph, you do more than that. Come on. We know that you do more than that. Everybody's got their talent. I see. I'm going to make sure that this is level. That's what's nice because they have it printed out where they want you to place this. And this way you'll know that you have it level and in the right place. You're just going to cover up those lines and make sure it's just even with those lines. But I mean, if you want to be really anal, there are people out there that will do that. I've been known to do it with the larger pieces, bringing out the level to make sure that it's right where I want it. But I won't do it in this case because you want it, to be as perfect as possible. Let's see. Can you guys see the little white line? I can. So that's got to go up further. Just as some guys would say, it's off by a ball hair. So there you go. And then you just leave it and let it set up. Lay it down so don't fall over because one end is shorter than the other on this piece because I guarantee you that's where the wiring is going to be going. Let's see. Sarah says paint, ceramics, drawing, and pottery. Oh, I love pottery. Do you have a pottery wheel? Knocking on heaven's door. Oh, geez. Okay. Let's see. I have a gnome figure my mom painted about a foot tall. I have, I've had I still have it. It's a statue of my grandmother's. It was the statue of the Blessed Mother. And she had been through some, wear and tear. And I repainted her, and she sits in my living room. I could play instruments, make people laugh, make videos, and other stuff. That's right. See, there you go, Jimmy. And you do a great job at instrument. I wish I would have stuck with instruments. I didn't. I can kick myself for it now because I would love to be able to still play like guitar and stuff, and violin, and I didn't stick with it. As soon as I get a wheel and a kiln, I'll go back to pottery. For now, it's just blacksmithing. Oh, she's blacksmithing. That's cool. Yeah, I never had I used to love doing that in school, pottery, but I didn't. Yeah, I don't have the wheel and I don't have the kiln, so when I started doing that in school, I was hooked, totally hooked on pottery. No, but I've tried the wheel first time a few months ago. It's so fun. It is. So yeah, you're hooked now. See, Piggy said this morning I was sitting and making weird noises while watching Sarah's stream. I didn't realize my hummy had got up and was staring at Piggy. What kind of noises were you making? That's funny. I was surprised when a drawing of me got a drawing of mine got 876 views. Yeah, see, people like to see that stuff. I didn't think so either until I started posting like the miniature things. And yeah, they're getting views. I'm thinking, oh crap, okay. I'll put them on there. My fingers are too big and clumsy for that stuff. See, that's what tweezers are for. Because I don't have the smallest fingers either. Playing guitar, do impressions, give people cheek. All right, Rob. Natural outdoor firing was oh yeah. I can't do that here. I probably could. I mean, because we have bonfires, but I'd have to set that up. That would be really neat, though. Hello, Super Turk. How's it going? Welcome, welcome. Yeah, that's it. All right. So now, Rob, when you get your channel up and rolling, you're gonna have to do impressions. You just set yourself up, dude. Yeah, I would. Yeah, you would make this a full time thing if these kinds of videos blew up for you. You know what? I didn't think you guys would be interested in this. And I threw it out there that one time, and everybody was like, yeah. So I'm really surprised, to be honest. And this is just already pre made things. I couldn't imagine if I was actually making and cutting out the furniture by hand like I used to do. That I didn't think if somebody would be interested in watching that. Guess I was wrong. Uh-oh, it's getting chilly there. Not good. You're supposed to get more snow, Susan? I don't know if we are or not. Okay, we're moving on to the next section here. I don't know. I didn't even check to see. Of course, I can't check. I'm an idiot. I can't check. I'm looking at my phone. My phone's on. Show some love. Oh, click the like button. Yeah, click that like button. People like watching people be creative and do art stuff. You know, Jimmy, you're right. You are. But I just didn't think, I don't know. I just didn't think they'd be interested in this. I mean, this is what I do this is my downtime. Same thing with painting and stuff like that. You wouldn't think, I don't know. You just don't think of it that way. I got this weirdo on the phone. Not sure who it is. Oh. Being stalked on your phone, Dave. I guess being a fire. I can't read the rest of it. The heart's in the way. Not appropriate at 4 a.m. No, no. Good night, Betty. Thanks for hanging out with us. I hope you enjoyed it. I guess being a fire engine, no, not at 4 a.m. That annoys people. They get a little pissed off. Okay, so the next thing apparently we're going to be working on is a couple of roof parts. The roof parts. And these are the things that we're going to need. So let's start popping these bad boys out. Parazone, highly recommend the outdoor nature way. Super satisfying and creates a beautiful finish. Yeah, that's really nice. It really is. If you're able to get away with that, if you got like open space like some of you guys have, you can get away with that stuff. I'm sure I could too, because we're allowed to have fire and stuff in our yards, seeing that we're in a village. So if it was in the city, no. But I just wiped out the trees. But here, one of the pieces that we need is this wooden dome section. So we'll set that off to the side. And then I've got to have, it says C40. So we're going to look for C40. Sure you're not, Steph. Sure. C40, let's see. That's 41. We don't need that one right now. 49, 40, right here. 2 pieces of C40. And again, I always tell everybody, they're connected by little notches in between the piece and the solid board itself. Slide your utility knife, your X-Acto knife, or your craft knife, whatever you want to call it. I always slide it down that edge to break that. Hear that snap? It breaks it loose. This way it's easier to remove. And let's see. And see, they just pop right out like that. And then, of course, we always sand those off to give us a smooth finish. But I always do all the sanding after I've got everything popped out. So I set those off to the side. Next thing is a C43, and those are 2 pieces. 43, let's see. 5, 4, 43. Where the hell are you? You're here somewhere. Oh, right here on this other end. My finner was covering it. No, Laura, it's blank C4. That will help you finish the. Steph wants me to blow it up. No, it's too much work. And I love it. And there's our 2 pieces that we need there. So we're going to set those off to the side. I used to do a lot of stuff I can't do, or I'm not allowed to anymore. I just stick with music related stuff. Are you grounded, Mr. Prism? Are you grounded? I don't let nothing stop me. No make difference how busted up I am. I'm just too stubborn. I refuse to let anything win over what I enjoy to do. Next, C82, and that's 6 pieces. So this, you get a lot of people say, well, I can't do that anymore. I get it. We're old. Things don't work like they used to. But you know what? If there's a will, there's a way. Get that out of the way. That's just the way I look at it. If I want something done and I'm determined to do it, I'm doing it. Because then, you know what? Then we're just sitting around in a rocket chair waiting to croak. And I'm not ready for that yet. I mean, I'm getting up there, but I ain't that old. C82, where are you? Where are you? C82. I must have missed it somewhere. 85. Oh, it's back here. It's back here. 580. That's 84. Where's the 82? Don't be messing with me now. Don't be messing with me now. 52. 74. 75. We're getting closer. Oh, you turd. Where are you? 82. Where else? 82. There's 80. 82 right there. See? Blind. Blind as a damn bat. You're making nice music last night. Oh, C82. That's good. Bingo. Bingo. We found it. 82. And they want 6 pieces. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exactly. 6. I missed a lot of stuff today. Like I said, I could not stay awake. So you can hear that little snapping noise. That's me releasing it from the main unit. Good night, Ace. Thanks for hanging out. So I'm going to be team rewatch on everything later. Oh my God. I was up at 5. I just could not keep my eyes open. It was wicked. Well, yeah, I was watching Sarah's live, and I caught myself falling asleep at the desk. I'm thinking, oh, this is ridiculous. So I said, well, I'm going to be lurking. So I went in the bedroom, laid down, and was watching. Yeah, passed right out. Totally passed right out. You can make the Freddie Elm Street house one eve. Hey, Mark, how's it going? That's the stuff I'm looking for. I look for a lot of the spooky stuff. It's hard to find. If I was to do it by total scratch, I would have to go out and purchase the wood. And then I have to find out if I could find the floor plans and stuff like that. I'm blind in one eye and can't see out of the other. That's me too. I'm also deaf in the opposite ear that I can't hear out the. My hearing is like a bloodhound's. I've got great hearing. My sense of smell, I can smell stuff for miles, which is no joke. I can. Seeing the eyes are getting a little funky on me. So that's why I have, magnifying glasses and all that stuff. Or the Adam Family's Mansion. Yeah. Well, see, that's what I was thinking about redoing the dollhouse I made for my niece. Actually, I could get away with turning that into like the Addams Family Mansion. I would have to get a bunch of photographs and stuff. And of course, I'd have to strip it down. I still might do that. I might haul it up here, put it on the table. And that's like at least a year's worth of work. Because there had to be a lot of custom stuff. which would be fun. C91. Do you see 91? C91. And what is this? That's the problem with the black colored boards. Difficult to see the numbers. So you have to turn it to the light to your advantage. And that's what we's looking for. Yes, it is. And they want 6 of those. And there they all are. C91. So yeah, it's, and I'm still throwing that idea around about doing the large house. That means I'd have to go in the attic, because that's where I stored all of that stuff. It's in a giant, huge tote. All of that miniature stuff, because it would have took up too much room in the shop. So it's, yeah, that's still on the table. I might do it, but it guaranteed at least a year's worth of work, which I love. But I don't know if you guys are going to hang around that long to check it out. You might, who knows? We'll see. We'll see what we can do. Hi, Sydney. Welcome. Welcome to the Miniature Show. I'm hard of hearing and I have cataracts starting. Yeah, I've got the cataracts starting too, Sage. That's why I wear the cheaters. Because when I look down, blurry. When I try to read the chat, blurry. So that's pretty much, yeah. Sucks, but yeah. Okay, I'm not going to drag all of this stuff out. I'm just going to grab the major things so I can put a couple of these together. I know you guys don't want to sit here and watch all that shit. So we're going to start with this first one here. And what I need for that is the rooftop, which is... 619 is the rooftop form that we are looking for. Okay. And that is this one right here. So, and remember guys, I said whenever you do these, if you can, always print out these pages extra, just in case, you know, you F up, you've got a backup, because there are no backups. Once you've used it, if you've screwed up, it's tough titty. Tough titty, said the kitty when the milk went dry. You know how that works. Okay, the other piece that we need for that one is C95. And not that one. 95, 96. So I need 95 and 96. And that is this one. Now I gotta make sure I'm getting the right one. I gotta get the right one. It is 96. That says 96. Okay. I was confused by the insert there. So that is 96 that we need. That is the base for this one that we are working on. And we've already got those pieces here. I do believe, sir, that is what we need to put that together. Yes, it is. Okay. So we're going to start putting this together so you guys can see. Let me check the chat first. Let's check out Mr. Prince. Yes. Thanks for posting those. I appreciate it, Pinky. Sage cataracts. Yeah, they do. They suck. And I get mine checked all the time, and the doctor says, nope, not ready yet. So they don't want to do anything about it yet. So here, like I said, I always use a old nail file. Easier than sandpaper because you get a better grip. You have more control, and all you do is sand off that rough edge, because those little rough edges do get in the way of construction. You know, a lot of people say, just do it. No, because then you don't get a flush connection between the two pieces. So I like to just do a little scrub. Takes it right off. And if I'm missing anything, guys, let me know. Let me know. I try not to miss anybody's comments or, Pinky, I'm a crusty old fart. No, you're not, Sage. Crusty old fart. That's my husband's department. Hey, Florio. Hey, hey, hey. She's coming and hanging out with us crafty gals. How's it going, Florio? I hope you are well. So now that we've filed down the little nubbies, we're going to start here. And what it's telling us is to start with, oh, and the peak. We didn't get the peak. My bad. And the peak on that is number 127. And they want us to paint it. I'm not going to do that while we're online because then it holds it up. I will assemble it and put it together and I will paint it afterwards. No biggie, just have to get out the liner brush. So 127, and that is this colored paper, and there's our 127 right there. Little tiny, tiny piece. Just use your fingernail or knife or tweezers to poke it out. And then we also need a base for that, which is 129, which is this, looks like a little, what do they call them? Cogwheel, sprocket, little tiny little, that's what it looks like. And that one's a little hard to poke out. So I'm going to get my tweezers and poke it all the way through. And that's how we're going to start with that first. Check to see if our glue is still usable. No, a little dry. So we're going to put a little drop on our plastic. And then here comes the fun stuff. Tweezers. Watch carefully, Steph. She's thinking, oh, F this, man. And I'm going to put this on a white spot on the paper so that you can see it. And I'm going to dip the end of that little spiked piece. That is the top part of our tower roof spot there. I'm going to dip the bottom part in there. And then this is going to fit right into that sprocket. That's where the fingernails come in handy. Because you're going to hold that one down and then insert it with your tweezers. There you go. Easy enough. Set it aside. Let it dry while you're working on the rest. I don't believe I've done this with you guys before. Oh, I might have when we were putting boxes together. But you're going to see this is actually the cone part of the roof. And it has indication lines of where we have to fold it to give you that cone. You can see there, that cone shape. That's what we're after. Let me see what I'm missing. Laura's giving us lessons in patience. Yes. And the question out there was earlier, what are your hobbies? What do you like to do, Florio? Is there any specific hobby that you spend time doing? I found an easy way to fold on these lines is using the straight edge of my short little plastic ruler. Let's see. Let me get caught up. Time for night, guys. Are you going to sleep? Okay, Rob. Sweet dreams. Thanks for hanging out. Again, Rob, if it's up to you on the last project that we just did, you have to contact me and see what we can figure out. But to be honest, I really don't feel comfortable because of all the problems I had with it. Wait till this one's finished. Maybe you like this one better. So here's what you do. You're going to fold on that line that's indicated and make sure it is parallel with that straight edge there. And then you're going to fold on it. I use my nail just to cause that little crease. It gives you that nice little crease, sharp edge. You really don't have to shut up, Rob. Oh, I'm listening. We are still eating. Haven't been able to watch. You're just saying that because you don't want to stress out. What are you eating? What are you eating, Steph? We were quick. I think my dog is outside. She's barking her brains out. So again, just follow that line. And I run my nail over it. It gives you that nice sharp edge. You're going to do this on every indicated line so that it's going to give you that desired cone shape. Fine, go to sleep. That's okay, Jimmy. We're still here for you. We are still here for you. And then you're going to see that this one here has a different shape to it. It has a shorter tapered edge, that final piece there. That's the piece that's going to slide under. It's kind of like the little tab. You're going to fold that as well. because it kind of like locks it all in. And we're going to show you just in a quick second. Once I fold it all together and then put the glue on it, it'll come together. Oh my God, I told you you're eating steamers? Oh. Okay, enjoy stuff, but not my thing, not my thing. Okay, where that little tab, now you can see it's bent over, that's where I'm going to place the glue. And I'm going to put it on the full length of that tab. So you're just going to smear it. And then we're going to take our tweezers. It's cold here and I should build a fire, but I could also wrap up in a blankie. Yeah, curl up in that blankie. I'm all buttery and it is, so now it's on my, that's got a slickery phone. So now that you have the folds in that, you're going to see this, you're going to push it together until you get the desired shape that you want. You are going to have a small opening at the top to insert that little roof piece that we made, the little spike piece. When you have it matched up to where it's supposed to be, don't mind my hands, guys. I'm just trying to get it in the right position. And once you get it into position, you are going to take your tweezers and then push it all together after you drop it. So there, we have it where we want it. And then I just use the tweezers to push everything down to make it solid. So there you got your little cone. Oh my God, if you just stop sticking to my finger. And there's the little cone shaped roof that you need. And then of course, that little piece after that dries will go right into the center there. Now we put that aside, let that dry, and put the box together for the roof part that we are making, which is right here. And you're going to start off with the base. Did I grab that base out of that piece? I probably didn't because I'm a noob. Okay. 95. I'm looking for 95. 95. There it is. And that popped right out, so I didn't have to cut any of the tabs, which is beautiful. Find where those sharp edges are, which were good. Maybe just a little bit on the inside there. Always feel for those because you wouldn't think they would be a big deal, but they are. They could be a real pain in the cheeks, especially when you want something to be flush. So there we've got the base that we need to start this little cube rooftop. And then you're going to have your two pieces there, your 40s and your 43s. There's the 40s and the 43s. Pay attention to how you are supposed to assemble them. That's really important. It's showing here that the larger piece is going to be on the inside of the connection. So you can either start with placing it in the channel that is on the base and glue that in place. And that's what I recommend. So what you're going to do is just take, I got to put some more glue on there. Run your glue around that bottom edge. Let's get some more glue on the table. After I drop it, good Lord, I'm all friggin' butterfingers. The hell? Velcro, Velcro, please. Where's the damn Velcro? And then we're going to just do what we got to do here. I always put some right there on that little notch that you can see there. I'll try to get it where you can see that little notch sticking up. Always do the sides of that because that's going into that little space there. It's going to lock in. And putting that glue there is going to help that stay in place. And I just use the tweezers. Line it up. Pop it in. Hold it down and then check to see if it is straight. Because you want it square. You want it at that 90-degree angle. Pain in the cheeks, it made me. Yep. Pain in the cheeks. And then you're just going to move on to the next piece, which is the smaller piece, but it is going to lock in to the notch that you have here on the base. This is how you put it together. And it's showing, always do a dry run too. Any kind of construction work, whether it's miniatures, regular size, the old saying, measure twice, cut once, that type of thing. Always do a dry fit run. Make sure everything is where you want it, how you want it. Because once you glue it, that's it. And it sucks to have to take it apart. So we're going to do a glue bead on this edge. And then, of course, on the bottom where the notch is. Let's see. I don't blink or I'll miss it, Mike. Defo on the border down by Nevada. Let's see. Sage. I'm trying to catch up on what you guys are all saying. So I would love it if everybody would start doing some of their hobbies. I mean, we do the paranormal stuff. That's Wednesdays. But on an off day when people are looking for something to watch, that's why I like it when Jimmy does his music thing and putting his music together, or when Bill's doing guitar work and stuff like that. It's nice to do a little downtime stuff from the norm that we normally do. And you need that escape once in a while. So there we go. We've got that. Make sure that it is at the right angle. Push it together with the front piece so that it locks in at that great corner, that great 90-degree angle that you've got going on there. I found a way to get my weed delivered to me. Oh, home service, huh? They just want a little bit more money to drop it off. I know I had people asking me if I had tried any of that stuff yet to help with my pain. I go, no, I haven't had time to get out and get anywhere. Eventually. So I'll just bellyache. That's all. I'll just bellyache about it. So, and then of course, this is going to be going on the outer side, connecting with that piece. So I'm going to run a bead of glue down that inside edge to attach to that piece. And then push it down into the space provided. It goes down in. And then you're going to line it up with that other piece. Locking in that 90-degree angle. Beauties. And now see it's off a little bit. So I'm going to have to turn it. Turn it. Bring that other piece in. It is not straight. There we go. Now Mama's happy. Let's see. Haunted Truth. Don't find people really watch me, though. We watch you, Mark. I enjoy your stuff. I play video games on days off. I watch a lot of the video games. I don't stay on for the whole thing, but I do enjoy it. Games are hard. I give you guys credit, man. Games are just, holy crap. Oh, thank you, Mike. I appreciate that. Oh, and Jimmy got it. Yay. Do you want a superstar, Mike? We can give you a superstar. We've got to give him a superstar. Get ready for that. Yeehaw. A little yeehaw from Mike O. Thank you very much. I appreciate that, and I'm sure Jimmy appreciates the gift. I find more people will drop in if you're streaming on YouTube. Really? To be honest, I've never done it directly through YouTube. I've always used StreamYard, or I'm enjoying Restream. It's pretty simple. I mean, Gaming Laura, no one really watches that. No, actually they do, Mark. You'd be surprised. Like I watch Raven and a few others that do it. I don't stay for the whole thing because I'm not that into gaming, but it really floors me how these people can do this. I probably could do it too. I don't get into it like that, and I can't work the controller because I have games and stuff like that set up on my computer. I don't use any of it. It all came with the computer. The only reason I got the gaming computer is to have a better show for you guys. That's because this computer had everything I needed to give you guys a better show. Otherwise, yeah, I wouldn't. Hey, Elvis. Yeah, Uncle Junk. We are down with that. But I like it when you do the trivia, Mark. That is fun. Mark is very entertaining. He really is. But my favorites is the adventures because I love Mark's reactions to the adventures. And it's great as long as he doesn't hurt himself. But I do enjoy when he goes on his adventures. Okay, we're locking that last piece in. Wiping off that excess glue. We want no clumpy lumpies. And there we have our cube started, guys, on our base for that rooftop. Where's my spurs? That's right. Where are them spurs? Thanks, means well, Mark, no, I do. I do enjoy your shows when I can catch them. The problem is when I lay down to take my afternoon nap, because I'm an old lady. That's when usually you go on. So I'm like, oh shit, I got to make sure to try to catch it because I like to interact in your chat. I like to ask you questions while what you're doing and what's going on. And I love your reactions. They're great. Actually, I'm going to be doing some experiments, guys. We'll do a little paranormal chat here. I got from my father, because I knew he had one, an old handheld AM FM radio, battery operated radio from Radio Shack. And I think I'm going to play around with that and see if I can do a little spirit session with it and see how it turns out. Because I've never done that. Now, I don't recommend you being stupid like me and cleaning your utility knife with your fingers. That's not good. It's bad, 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 kids. Normally, I take another sharp edge and I'll scrape it off. But if I get lazy, then I use my nails. Use my nails for everything. See, nice and clean. Nice, clean, ready to roll. And don't do that with your finger either. Okay, now that we have this all set and ready to rock and roll, we could place the platform on there to place the cone roof section. Let's see. Depends on the games and the person playing. Like if they are chatty or just playing and saying nothing. Yeah, I'd rather have the chat when they're doing the games. Yeah. So that lets us know that we're involved in that because that's craziness. So we know we're involved. I've noticed recently I've missed some lives lately and had to go on and turn off notifications, turn it back on. You know what? I get the notification after the fact. So I'm always late. I'm like, what the hell is up with that? I don't know. YouTube is enough to make you want to start drinking. It really is. Okay, so now this is going to set on this piece of platform here. You see it has those little holes. That's where all those little tabs are going to go in. So it is safe to say that we can glue this whole top surface. So that's what I'm going to do next. Take my knife. And like I said, it's up to you and how you want to. This here looks a little loose to me. So I'm going to add another bead of glue on that. Because I didn't like the way that was sitting. There we go. That's better. It all depends. A lot of people like to use paintbrushes or just the nozzle itself. Using a nozzle for me, I think I get too much on. Don't waste if you don't have to, because you'll be burning through bottles of glue like crazy. You want enough on there so that it's going to adhere to the piece you're putting on, but then you don't want overload because then you'll get spillage and then you got to do cleanup. So I try to prevent that. And the thing that works best for me is using the X-Acto knife or craft knife, whatever you want to call it. We always call them X-Acto knives. Of course, now I think that's what they refer to them as your craft knife. Take your craft knife. And these get dull just like anything else. So you could use a regular knife sharpener on them. Or if you are skilled with a steel, then use that. You can use that as well. Of course, I only use the steel on my kitchen knives. But I do have a knife sharpener for stuff like this and scissors. Oh, let me see. Let me show you what not to do. Exactly. Don't do what I do because I lose patience. I just clean it off with my fingernails. And the same thing, that's why I always end up with burnt fingertips, cut up fingertips, because I'm a bad girl. I need the naughty button. Little naughty button for Laura. How's the saying go? Do as I say, not as I do. So now that we have put our glue on, we're going to line up our notches in the base with the notches on our piece. Sometimes they don't line up. Be ready for that. That's when the tweezers or your knife comes in handy because you might have to pull something outward or push it inward. In this case, I can see that this one here needs to be pulled out a tad. So I'm going to actually use my fingernail for this. So you're going to hold it one side down, pull that one piece out just enough so it pops in, and it's popped in. There we go. We have the base for our rooftop. Another tip that I like to let everybody know and what I do, this is my preference. Take a little bit of that glue on the tip of your knife, and where those notches come through, I just put a little bit of glue on there. That gives you a little bit more stability so that piece stays together. And there it is. And of course, they can dry. It's not going to be in the way because the roof piece here is going to line up with the lines that they have carved out. I don't know if you can see that. Probably not. There is a faint outline on that base where you're going to place the roof cone piece. 30-second delay button. Give yourself the naughty button. Yeah, I need the naughty button. So you can either grab this just with your fingers or your tweezers or whatever, and then you place it on there. Place a bead of glue. And this is when I flip the knife over because then I'm using the exact point. And I'm going to put glue right in that section that is indicated for, there we go, it's not enough, a little bit more. Right in that area where that cone is going to set. And you see how that bead just falls right into place. I need a little bit more. A lot of people say, oh, this is too much bullshit. It really isn't. It looks that way because I'm telling you guys and showing you how to do it. When you're just sitting here by yourself, you just whip right through this stuff. Like when I started to do the furniture, I'm thinking, oh God, I'm burning through this quick. Am I going to have enough to do while I'm doing a live program? I'll have it done before we even start. So I actually had to stop myself because I burn right through it. Next thing you know, it's like 2-3 hours later. And there, we're going to put that all on that line that is indicated. A nice bead of glue. Sometimes it flows nice, sometimes you gotta kind of coax it into shape. Several years ago, and was drunk shooting in the air in the middle of the month. You were doing a little yee-hooing in your yard, Sage? All right. Well, you can get away with it out there. How was your sunrise this morning, Sage? Was it as beautiful as always? I woke up, like I said, dead like a zombie. Wasn't feeling good. And I ended up going back to bed. So I had no idea what was going on. It was pretty much the whole day. So now that we have that on there, I could just line this up and set it into place. Now, don't worry if there's any flash over on the cone itself, because this will dry clear. Nobody will see it. And that is in place. And then the last piece, actually, no, we've got, here we go. I'm going to show you how this goes on. We've got to do some of the gold sticker. My favorite. Mm-hmm. Okay, so we're going to need 201. Oh, they don't go on that. We've got to have the other ones. We've got to have the individual strips. Isn't that nice? The individual strips. You guys are hearing me mumble to myself. Oh, shit. No. C82 to fix pieces of C82 to complete. That is not that. Do we have different? Let me double check, guys, because they're not showing this from this sheet. It's a different sheet. 619 to C82. Attach 6 pieces of C82. To complete as shown. I've just got to make sure they've got the right thing here, because again, these directions are a little sketchy. I know the big one on here goes to that bigger dome that I have to do, and it's not that. I think they're giving me the wrong number, guys, on this one. Go figure. Yes, it was a beautiful sunrise. I have a few pieces of opal wood from there. Roof tiles. I gave Mrs. Prism a necklace with opals instead of an engagement ring because she can't wear rings. Oh, that's nice. That's a shame. Does she have an issue with certain jewelry? I know a lot of people do. I'm just doing a double check, guys, on what we've got going on here. I'm not too thrilled with what they just told me to do. So I'm seeing if there is a mistake somewhere. Checking all my paper cutouts to put on those gold pieces. And of course, if it gets to the point where I get irritated, I will just do it my way instead of theirs. It looks like those. I've got to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. And it's no. Glue 82 to 619. Attach 6 pieces of C82 to complete as shown. All right, let's check. It says C82. To complete, we have wooden pieces that we have to attach here. 82, which I don't believe it's true, but we'll see. I don't believe it's true. Not that one, not that one. Where is 82? All right, and it's not this one either, because those are the thick pieces. C82. Let's see if we find a C82 in any one of these tabs, these boards here. 82, 78. No. 41s, 35s. Yeah, see, there is a discrepancy in these directions. Here we go again. Not on that board. They're messing with me. I've got 84. And these are black, so there's not... You know what, guys? I'm going to skip that, and I'm going to paint it on later, because I think they messed up. I don't have what I need. Oh, here we go again. Sorry, just the beginning of this, it's already messed up. if I go by what they want me to do, which wouldn't be hard, and I really don't want to put you guys through that, but I can make up the pieces that are missing. I can cut them from this sheet with a ruler, and if you can see, I don't know if you guys can see. I'm going to flip this up so you can see. They're wanting me to put gold strips on each seam of that cone roof. There are no pieces for this. And they're claiming there is. It says attach 6 pieces of C82 to complete as shown. And I am not finding a C82. I will double check again. I know it's really exciting, isn't it? Has anyone ever noticed that the jewelry is now 925 sterling? So yeah, yes. Yeah, it is. So that it's mixed with something else. So that's probably causing issues for a lot of people. I see 82, 83, 84. I see 82. Bingo. Yeah, we haven't found the bingo yet. So 82. I'm going to check again. But I have nothing in the light colored boards that's 82. And so, you know, that means I've got to make it up myself because they don't have it on here. 35. If it was 82, it would be on this board. 72. There is no 82. So I'm going to, that's what I'm going to do, guys. I'm going to do it myself and cut out the pieces I need out of the excess trim that I have left over on this gold piece. So what I'm going to guess is that these strips are about 3 millimeters in width by the looks of the paper. And so that means I'm going to have to measure. See, oh no, measuring. They usually mix it with nickel. Yeah, usually. So that causes a lot of people issues. These are about 2 centimeter strips. 2 centimeters by 3 millimeters. So I have to see how many I can get out of here. I do this one long strip. One long strip should do it. That's what we're going to do. So you guys are going to get to see all this fun. I'm going to move these parts off of the board. And this is the only way I'm going to get the gold strips that I need, that they're calling for, because I don't have them. That's another thing. A lot of these kits, you'll have stuff missing sometimes. These kits are supposed to come with glue. The last two, it did no glue. And I've had missing parts, and thank goodness I have a craft shop where at home that I can produce beads that I need, a chain or whatever, and so on and so forth. So I have the extra here. That's where I look out. Okay, I'm going to measure out, which my guesstimation is 3 millimeters as the width. That's where I take my knife and I make a mark to indicate the width that I need. And I'm going to do that in several spots so that I get a straight edge. So we're getting technical here now, guys. So there's that mark there. Make sure that we are straight. And I have the mark here. I'm going to do this down this whole strip so that I have the 6 pieces that I need. It would make it a lot easier if I got out my my quilting cutter, and then I could have just ran it off. But that also is out in the shop, and I didn't know I would be having to do this, because then I would just put it on its mark and ran the blade down the whole entire thing. Apparently, I'm just going to have to start bringing the whole shop into the studio. Of course, everybody goes, it would be easier if I just brought the camera out there, but no, it's not. It really isn't. Eventually, someday, when I get everything straightened out and maybe I can set up a better camera system, then I will have it out in the shop. You guys can all see it. Got a little bit of everything. It makes it more durable, less prone to corrosion. And also it doesn't cost as much. And silver is a soft metal. I don't think a lot of people realize how soft silver is. Okay, so now I'm going to take the ruler, line it up with all those notches that I made, and making sure that this is correct. And there it is. Move it up a little bit more. And that is that. Now I'm going to take my knife, wrong one, and I'm going to score this several times, very lightly, because I don't want it. This is kind of, it's kind of like a plastic material, and if I force it too much, it'll tear instead of cut. So we do several passes to get. Oh, I hear it breaking through. So see, see, that's what I don't want it to happen. I don't want it to pull. And I'm getting the effect that I want, the cut that I want. And I think we have it, kids. I think so. I run that knife down there again. I hear it breaking away. And it is cut. So come on, a little bit more. Be right back. Call from the president. I have to take. Okay. Good. Tell the president to get his shit together, right? Now, if it didn't cut all the way through on the bottom layer there, that white paper, just take your scissors, run it along the cut that you made, and that'll cut that free. See? 1, 2, 3. And we have the cut that we need. Oh, missed that one section. Figures. One section. Pain in the cheeks. There we go. It's broke free. So I have the strip that I need. Hopefully I can get 6 pieces out of this. What did I say? 2 centimeters. So now what I'm going to do is mark every 2 centimeters. Start at the mark there, that one spot. 2 centimeters is right there. There it is. And that's the one mark right there. I'm only going to do one, guys, because this could be pretty effing boring. So we'll glue one to show you how it's done. And then we will move along, because I'm sure you guys got other things to do than to hang out here and watch me play with this crap. So there is that. Let me separate. Separate. I got a message, guys. There, we separated that from the paper. Let me grab this. Ooh, yay. No. Okay. So then that strip is going to have to go here. That's where they want it. This one's a little bit longer than I want it to be. So we're going to trim it down. I'm going to trim it, make it a little shorter. Let me see what the scoop is, Poop. Thank you, Bill. Yeah, not feeling so hot. I'm not too bad now, but it comes in waves. I don't know. Now, even though this has an adhesive on it, like I said, these stickers suck big time. So I'm just going to run a bead of glue on that one bend on the roof. Take this. Make sure we got the right side, guys. And put that in place. And that's where that's going to stick. I'm going to push it down. Come on, come on. Work with me, work with me. And that is one in place. If you can see it, let's see if we can get you this. There it is. One in place. That's the finishing touch of that. And I'm going to have to do that 4 more times there and then place the top piece on there like that. But I'm not going to keep you guys for all of that measuring and cutting. And that just takes forever. And let's see what time we've got. We've been on for over a couple hours now. Seeing it start at 7 and it's after 9. Laura, would you rather be here? Laura would rather be here than anywhere else with people in their job. Oh, I really appreciate that. I really do. I get it. I don't like all of that crap either. And that's why I ended up putting the banner like Sarah did on hers. Just to remind people that, yeah, we're not doing the drama thing. If that's what you're looking for, go somewhere else. People don't want to have to deal with that stuff, especially if we're not involved. We just don't. We have enough drama in the world and in life. YouTube and stuff. For me, I don't know, and for you guys, it has to be because you're here. We come on here for socialization, learn stuff, laugh, have fun. The drama just sucks the life out of people, but people thrive on it. They do. And I just don't want it. And I'm glad that you guys are here because obviously you don't want it either. We want to have a good time, a little cheeky chat and fun in the chat, and we'll do another one. So it's, you just want to get away from it. So that's why it's nice when we have streams like mine, and when Jimmy does his thing, and Bill does his thing, and Sarah does her morning thing, and we get away from all of that, so that we could just enjoy each other's company and have good conversation. That's what we're after. We have to deal with everyday life garbage. This is escape from that stuff. For me, anyway. It's never a dull moment, ever. So there's number 2. Been lurking. Hey, Julie, how's it going? Got the federal emergency averted. Oh, good. Whew. We were worried, Sage. This is so much more relaxing tonight. Oh, I'm glad. I'm glad. The drama and the whole troll have been really putting me off. I just want something fun and distract. Yeah, exactly. So that's why everybody's giving fair warning that we're not gonna allow it. Go bother somebody else. Somebody that loves that kind of crap. Go ahead. We're not interested. If we were interested, then we would be in all of those chats and all of those videos and all of. We just don't. I don't care. I really don't. It doesn't concern me. I mean, the part that, like what they were talking about, the, doxing and bullying and stuff. Yes, it's concerning to everybody because it shouldn't be allowed. And I will stand up and against that stuff. But the rest of it is all personal. And it's got nothing to do with me. So I just stay out of it. I do know what's going on. I mean, I do monitor stuff because I do upkeeps for the magazine and stuff. But, what's going on in the community. But I get the bare bones info that I need, and that's it. I don't sit and watch any of that stuff. Okay, I forgot to put a little more glue down here. People are dumb, and sometimes they are like, oh, I'm going to bully you for being friends and it's with so-and-so. Yeah. I don't understand why it's anybody's business who you're friends with. I don't understand any of it. You don't like the certain person, then block them. Don't watch them. I don't know. But people are weird. That's all I got to say. People are weird. They do weird stuff. It seems, they find that everybody's business is their business. And that's the kind of crap that we just want to stay away from. And there we go. Another piece on. I might as well just keep going, right? She. I like Troll the movie. Oh yeah. See, there you go. Entertainment. Entertainment. I'm going to cut that there. I didn't think I would burn through this so quick. So that's cool beans. So you guys will get to see it finished. I rarely know what's going on. Yeah, I don't. I try not to, like I said, but there's some parts where I have to pay attention. Because I do that section, with community news. And so I put it in there. But I'm in, out, find out, that's it. I don't go into any more detail or follow any of it because I just don't. Unless somebody is being attacked for no reason, then of course you're going to stand up for them. They're part of your community. Because what's wrong is wrong. You know what I mean? But if it's, got to do with personal stuff of one individual to another, then that's not a community thing. You need to take that backstage. And then we've got 2 more to go. Let's see. And actually, I told somebody the other day, it's like a soap opera. And these are the days of our lives. That's what it is. It's a soap opera. Well, I never really cared for soap operas. Just to let you know. Amen, Laura. People have to have the free will. That's right, free will. You should be able to pick and choose who you want to look at, who you want to be involved with, who you want to talk to. I mean, it's nobody's right to tell you who you cannot speak with. If that person hasn't done anything malicious towards you or anyone else, you have a right to talk to these people. I mean, my God. We're all smart enough to make our own decisions. But not just that. It's just that like I said, when this stuff starts brewing, I disappear. And when it's over with, okay, then I go back to watching what I want to watch. And I don't want anybody mad because I'm watching somebody that they may not like. But I mean, not everybody's going to like everybody. It's just the way it is. That's, unfortunately, that's just the way it is. Let's see, either a side. This is an investigative and debunking community. So people do want truth, but not drama or bullying. Exactly. Demons of our lives. There you go. Perfect, Sage. Oh my God. Perfect. It is. The demons of our lives. And a lot of them get out of hand. I get it. And if it's a personal attack on you, then, you take care of it, privately. Unfortunately, not everybody plays by the rules. And they have to bring this shit out in the open and make people look dirty or whatever. I don't know. I just don't want it. And I know that, you guys don't want it either. That's why you hang out with us. We're the non-drama group. And say that, when you're like listening to Sarah's shows or anybody else that, it's, you don't go on Jimmy's and hear him bitching and complaining about somebody doing this or that or the other thing. No. We're interested in what Jimmy's making for dinner and what music he's making. Stuff like that. That's why we're there. Not who did this to this one and that one and that one. And, who the fuck cares? Don't concern me. And then this is going to go on the top, guys. I've got one piece that's a little longer. So I'm going to do some trimming. I just want to watch and enjoy what I want and create my dragons and music. Exactly, Pinky. Not deal with people who think they can tell me what to do, etc. I am my own self and will be back. Amen to that. Because there's no rule saying that anybody's got to like everybody. You know, and if somebody's got somebody on their channel or they're doing something on their channel that night and you really don't care for it, then you just go watch somebody else. Laura, the anxiety group of the wee thingies. Wee thingy just about done. So there I clipped the top a little bit just to make it a little bit better. And there's not enough blue there for me. I want a little bit more. A little bit more so that bad boy sticks. Oh, get out of my way. Stupid knife. So I'm going to grab that towards the top. Load up that base with the glue. Oh, look at the picture. Make sure I put this in the right stupid spot. Because I don't want to be pulling that bad boy off again. And it's showing it towards the smaller window. You know what goes in here, guys? A bird. We got some birdie that goes in here. Well, that is so cool. And that's the way they want us to do that. That little ledge on this side. And there we go. There is the top of that roof piece. And when that all dries, then we've got ourselves a little dove that goes inside that little roof tower. Stinking cute or what? I'm going to get out the dove so you guys can see what that looks like. And then we can do our little quick chats and then say goodnight so everybody can do their thing. I am my own enemy, pulling myself down inside and eating the soul from within. There you go. Good lyrics for a song, Wayne. But yeah, don't, because you get that too. Oh, why were you over there? Well, why not? They didn't do anything to me. Good night, Mark. You have a great evening, Sir Mark. But look at this little dove. And I think we're only putting one in that tower. But I've got to show you this because it's stinking cute. Can you see that, guys? Oh, that's really tiny. Really tiny baby. Sorry, dove. I got to grab you by the neck. There it is. This is the cutest little stinker, and it's going to go inside that building. Slide it in there. Actually, I could do it right now. We could do it now. Yay! I'm going to grab the rest of the glue that's on my strip. Place it on the bottom. Right on the buns of that dove. And then we're going to slide it into there. Into that building. And just let it sit there. Right in the window. There we go. Our little birdies in there. That's too cute. Okay, guys. That was fun. I hope you enjoyed it. But this is how I sit and put things together. Don't sneeze. Yeah, it's still there. It's still there. It's in there. Cute little dove. So we are one piece closer to a castle, which I've looked in the directions. We're going to start getting to where we're building. Because once we finish up the dome pieces here, if these are all rooftop, once this is all complete, then you're going to see we're starting to do the actual construction is going to begin. So the next time that you guys pop in, we will have the beginnings of a building. Of course, if I can get this to cooperate. Why doesn't nothing ever cooperate? But you're going to see the beginnings of the building is going to start coming together. I will be showing you that next Sunday if you guys are interested. Wait, it's not Smurf. It's Troll Justin Timberlake yet. Does the castle seem to be better kit so far? So far, yes. I like it that it doesn't have those crappy stickers, except for the gold, but I'm gluing those down. I like that a lot better than the other one. I haven't gotten far as the wiring. I'm going to look into that to see how the wiring goes. So hopefully it'll go together smoother. We won't have so many issues. And if there is going to be issues, I can nip it in the bud. You know what I mean? Be ahead of the game so I don't get pissed off and oh my god. Excuse me. Let's see. Ghost says I don't remember if I joined your Discord. That's another thing, guys. Discord is supposed to be a chat area, and it's turned into the gossip corner. I mean, if that's what you're into, bully for you. But that's why everybody goes, "You go in Discord?" No, I just don't. Unless somebody actually says, "Hey, I sent you a message," then I go and check it out. Otherwise, I'm not in there. Hey, Sandra P, how's it going? Popped in quick before I go to work. You have a great day. Don't work too hard. So hopefully you guys enjoyed what what you got to see tonight, what I put together tonight. Oh, the little birdie is so cute. And all the fun stuff. Jimmy, that piano seat is waiting for you whenever you want to pull up to it and start playing. It is all yours, sir. But until then, guys, you guys have a great night. I don't know who's on next. Otherwise, I'd send you that way. I really don't. Thanks for posting all of that, Pinky. Thanks to my mods for keeping us all safe and happy. Again, Wednesday. Like I said, it depends on how I feel tomorrow. If I'm feeling okay, then I will do morning brew. Otherwise, I won't see you guys until Wednesday morning for Wednesday morning brew. And then Wednesday night, I've got the show with Enzo, the science guy. So get your science questions out, guys, about the comet, the supposed recent UFO sightings. There's a couple other things going on. Any question you got, you throw them at Enzo, and he will answer them to the best of his ability. Until then, I will see you guys in everyone else's chats, and hopefully tomorrow morning, if I don't feel like hammered shit. It's pretty much the bottom line. So until then, guys, you have a great night, afternoon, evening, day, whatever it is, wherever you are. Love to you all, and I will see you all soon.